What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. Um, this is about how they stole logistics from you. They went in your pocket and they stole all logistics. They stole all logistics. How they stole logistics was how they stole logistics was they're tracking you around and you get angry at them. You're being tracked and harassed, and you get angry at a person that is tracking and harassing you that you have never seen in your life, ever. And they're tracking you around and harassing you, and you get angry at that stuff. That's how they stole logistics from you. It's probably not gonna be a long video. I decided I go live tonight. One too many people joined the live this morning. But this is how they went in your pocket and stole logistics from you. Getting angry at people that you don't know from a hole in the wall. Getting angry at people that you don't know from a hole in the wall. If I'm saying that correctly, I guess I'm trying to make that sound kind of cool. But getting angry at people that you don't even know, you're angry at them, and they're following you around and harassing you, doing directed conversations, harassing or whatever harassment may be. I've heard people say, I've experienced myself, people wearing certain shirts say, nope, not today, or this or that, just basic harassment, directed conversations, all of that type of stuff. So these things you must understand. This is how they went in your pockets and they stole logistics. They stole logistics from you. They stole logistics from you. They stole logistics. They went in your pocket and they completely just stole logistics from you. They stole logistics from us because I used to get angry too. I used to get mad. I'm like, well, why is this going on? Until I realized, hold on, they're following me around in every state that I go to. They have these alphabet agencies, third-party companies, following, harassing me around, even on, even on the highway, doing psychological tactics. And some of these things have to be exposed. They will be exposed when they have to be exposed, but it's a real thing. I haven't seen it have to be. I haven't seen it have to be exposed. But if it has to be exposed, it has to be exposed. And that's not a threat toward them. That's what I'm going to do, regardless if I have to do that in that setting. But you know, back to what I'm talking about. Um, they stole logistics from you. They following you around, harassing you, targeting you, doing all type of stuff, cyber harassment, hacking your phone, sending certain stuff to your phone, algorithms, hacking your timeline to your YouTube, all of that type of stuff. So this is stuff you must understand, and if you don't understand, you're gonna end up like every other targeted individual. Like I was just saying earlier, um, I've seen targets respond to what they think. I've seen targets respond to what they think is a directed conversation. If they say "ha ha, fuck you," excuse my language. Excuse me. Because they're trying to delete my YouTube channel because there's too much evidence of my targeting, and it's obvious, and there's no taking away who is it from. It's the alphabet agencies. That's why they don't play with me, and that's not a threat. I'm actually begging, but so, and I'm not saying I'm begging for you to beg. I'm not saying that I'm begging for you to come toward me. I'm not saying that for you to back off. That's not what that's for. But back to the topic, back to targeting, organized stalking. I've been going through this stuff since 2018. First, I thought it was a cult. I know I said this last video, but at first I thought it was a cult that was doing it, and that it obviously doesn't make sense. I'm also going to get into this video. In this video, I'm going to get into um, Breaking the illusion, you have to break the illusion of the attention that they're giving you. Breaking that illusion is going to take you moving out of state. I'm not saying do that now. You need to do that when you can. City, if you move out your city, I would say move out of your state. That's gonna break the illusion. You're gonna be like, okay, they probably doing this here because I've been here all my life. Let me go over here and see if it happens over here. It's going to happen when you move out of state. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen when you move out of state. That's for sure. But you break the illusion. Like, okay, these people can't be on the same mindset as a person that's in my state. You have to break that illusion because no one in your state is even doing that for real. No one in your state is even doing that for real. They're not even, they're being paid to do that stuff. It's compensation. They don't have a problem. They don't have a personal problem. And I'm not saying this stuff for them. I don't work for them. I don't work for anyone. I don't. I'm not. I don't. They don't have a personal problem. The personal problem comes from the people that are paying these people to dispatch and be in your location and harass you. I'm trying to tell you this to save your life. I've seen targets put hands on people because they think this or that. Like, bro, there's no way you should be putting your hands on a random person in public that just says something that has something to do with your life. Understand what that is. That's hate. That's hate. And maybe it'll help you if you understand who is it coming from. That's not a cult. As I said, I don't talk about the Freemasons, but 90% of Freemasons are cops. That's their thing. So y'all talk about these Freemasons and stuff like that. 99%, 90% of Freemason logics are full with cops. They're filled up with cops. So why are you angry? This tracking is only cops. Criminals don't track and harass and psychologically warfare. Excuse me. Criminals don't track, harass, and do psychological warfare. It's what you must understand. I hope y'all can hear me. But, the logic is that's one thing that was took out your pocket. Oh, these criminals stalking and harassing and doing psychological warfare. What criminal knows psychological warfare, bro? Huh? That's another logic that was stripped from you. That's another piece of logic that was taken from you. That's another piece of logic that was taken from you. And I'm going live more. I'm gonna start doing that more. I'm back in a good position to do that. And like I said, I just been in relationships after relationship, sexuals and all of that stuff. I just been ignoring stuff and just back into watching entertaining stuff and stuff that make me laugh, not stuff. I don't watch movies or anything like that. Just watching the stuff that happened in the media. It'd be so funny. But yeah, like, you just have to understand what this is. Like, they take logic from you, and I only get on here to put logic. I only get on here to give you your logic back. Like, that's pretty much what that is. Your logistics, you need to have those because they go in your pocket and take logistics. Like, you're stripped from all logistics. Like, oh my gosh, these criminals are following me around doing psychological warfare. Gangsters follow me, thugs follow me around doing psychological warfare. What? No, bro, they're paid. They're being compensated by the government, and they're not thugs. They're being compensated. They're being compensated. That's what that is. They don't have a personal problem. That's where you get in your mind so much. You start to think people got a personal problem with you, and it's impossible for them to do so. It's impossible for them to have a personal problem with you. A person you've never seen in your life just got a personal problem with you. That's impossible. In public, you thinking people mean mugging you for a reason, like they heard something about you. Oh yeah, they all in a group chat talking about you for no reason. No, bro, that's compensation. Think about that. That's another piece of logistics that was stripped from you. You don't even know them. Why would they do that? You don't know them. You don't know them. Why would they do that? So financial deprivation is literally the only thing about targeting. The way they do you at jobs, they try to fire you, make sure you're not having money for whatever reason. That is crazy. But you gotta go hard. You have to go hard, and you gotta be stingy. You gotta go hard, and you gotta be stingy. You have to. You have to. You gotta go hard. You gotta be stingy. You gotta, you gotta sleep in that car for months if you have to. It's not dangerous. Ain't nobody. You go to the right places. You gotta sleep in them shelters if you have to. Go to the right places. It's not dangerous. Make it happen. They gonna be all through there too, trying to get you up out of there because they, for some reason, they don't want you having any money at all, at all. And like I said, it's an IQ level. It's an IQ level that you are at. When you cut off friends and you cut off society and you stop dressing and you stop dressing nice and you looking into fucking knowledge and reading and stuff like that. You reading and doing all of that, like, but that's what that is. And like I said in my other video, or in the comment that I made, you must understand something. Slavery was a law less than 200 years ago. It didn't stop. The alphabet boys, the ones that start with an F and end with an I, the alphabet boys, they threatened Dr. Martin Luther King and admitted to killing, sent him a suicide note, admitted to killing Dr. Martin Luther King, a civil rights activist, admitted to sending him a suicide note and killing him. That's a non-violent civil rights activist. They admitted to that less than 100 years ago. It's definitely not 2068. They're still doing wrong. It may not be as physical as that, but the mental is kind of worse. They're running psychological programs, operations on the whole nation. Some people they picked out. So you have to understand this stuff. You have to understand this stuff. This is what you must understand. And, I guess they probably was giving me so many sexual encounters for the past few months because they wanted to make it look like I was probably scared off of YouTube or something, which I don't know why you would think I'm finna stop doing this when I'm literally talking to hundreds or thousands of people just to help other targets. I don't know why you would think I don't know why they would my bad. I don't know why they would think that I would stop that. But this is my life. This is my life. Not in that way. Talking about this stuff Helping every person that they put into this program is my life. I don't get on here and talk about me. This is my life. I'm giving you 100% the answer. Straight up. I'm giving you 100% the answer. That's it. That's it. There is no, oh, this is a cult. There is no, oh, that's a cult. But that's a cop. And now every time I walk outside, guess what? I'm my head up. I'm ignoring everything I see. Not nothing violent. Like, I'm not, I pay attention. But I mean, my head up and I'm ignoring everything that I see. But he's a citizen on patrol harassing you. What in the world you think of a damn criminal, a gangster, a thug? What make you think they finna follow you around and do psychological warfare? That's an alphabet boys. That's them third party companies. They mad. And I look at some of y'all and I see why. I look at some of y'all and I see why. I look at some of y'all and I see why you were picked to be tracked, followed around the country like the harassed, followed around the country like the Bible said. Just like the Bible, that ain't the only thing. You better get into them scriptures. A lot of y'all don't really understand it. I ain't gonna lie, I quote around 10 scriptures. And it's just so accurate that that's not going on in regular people's life, bro. It's not. It's not. It's just not. Just like how it was Jesus on the cross and everybody else was throwing stones. I don't mean to get into that, but that's just what that is. God is not for everyone, but he can be. You have to. God is not for everyone, but he can be. He can be. You got these people claiming to be a religion, and bro, they're one of the most horrible people in the world. Like, they do bad things. Like, people gone because of them. And people are claiming Christian. To try to claim some righteous shit. Excuse my language. For YouTube. Like, it's like, who do people think? I hate the underestimation of intelligence. I hate it. That's something I just can't do. I can't underestimate somebody's intelligence. But who intelligence I can underestimate is a citizen informant, if anything. If anything, I can underestimate their intelligence. I can underestimate a person's intelligence that believes anything about anyone. Because if you believe somebody do certain stuff, that means you'll do it. That means they'll do it. That means they'll do it. If you believe certain things about people, that means they'll do it. See, people don't have that God surveillance mindset. They don't have the God surveillance mindset. When they do something, they don't think God looking. They don't think God looking when they do stuff. But that kind of, I don't like hearing other targets speak on scripture and God, and so I'm not going to do it myself. There's stuff that you don't, certain stuff that you just don't, you just don't say. But I'm not going to do it myself. So I'm not going to do it myself. I guess that takes people out of this live stream. When most people talk about, scripture and God and stuff, like people get to running off. I just freeze. I freeze when people talk about scripture. Sometimes if they're not talking about I freeze out of the fear of God, you know, and nod my head, and I freeze out of that. But it's just hard to listen to people talk about that when you don't know where they're from. These people can be from these alphabet agencies and anything, so that's stuff that you get into by yourself. But like I said, you have to break the illusion. You have to break the illusion, and that'll take moving. Sometimes that'll take moving. Not even sometimes, all the time that'll take moving. And when you do move, you can't build that same you can't build that same like atmosphere around you. Meaning, I'm saying like, hey, don't go up to people trying to be friends and stuff. You stay to yourself. Stay to yourself. Stay to yourself. That's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do. Best thing to do is stay to yourself every scenario you're in. Every scenario you're in, you have to stay to yourself. You know, and I have to show my face before I get off of this live stream. I'm probably gonna stay on here like an hour. I'm probably gonna stay on here like an hour or 45 minutes. But no matter the view count, um, I've seen that the things that I say receive so much attention and understanding. And it's beautiful how that gift. It's beautiful to have that gift of gab. A lot of people understand what I say when they couldn't understand. But I just love all y'all. Like it's you going through this. You really going through this. You're not a perpetrator. It's a lot of that stuff on. It's a lot of that stuff on YouTube. It's a lot of that stuff on YouTube. Finna get to switching my topic up. To say I'm about to put my face on here because I'm not finna be used for TV in any type of way ever. That's called another word for being a celebrity. Another word for fame is giving over your rights as a citizen. You can't go to the store, nothing. You can't do shit by yourself. Nothing. You can't do nothing. They want to make you think like that. I'm breaking you out of that. They want to make you think like that. They want to make you think that you can't go to the store and people know you and no, bro. Y'all like them. Those are citizens on patrol, bro. Those are alphabet agencies. Don't sell your soul, because that's what they trying to make you do. That's what they trying to make you do. They trying to make you be what, or they not, or they not. You never know. I just know they trying to make you crash out. That's it. I know they trying to make you crash out. Like that's pretty much what that is. They're trying to make you snap. That's it. That's all they trying to do. They're trying to make you snap. I mean, even if they was uh, trying to make you sell out, why would you do it? I'm not trying to deter anyone, but bro, that's like that, bro. Doing anything for TV that's satanic. I don't care if you get on TV and be a gospel. That's satanic, bro. It's satanic. They're controlled. It's not happening. They're controlled. You will never get me on that. Ever. These motherfuckers got me experiencing health problems. I'm 27. I'm experiencing health problems, bro. Like, not nothing real serious, I guess. Like, it's like, but it's stuff that I can't really even talk about. But it's like the amount of stuff. It's like, bro, they really do lead you to smoking a lot. They do lead you to drinking for no reason. For no reason. The thought of surveillance, uncomfortable in your house, I've been got over that. Because I understand who is possibly looking through my TV screen. Oh, I'm being watched in my house. Who is doing that? First person y'all think, first person the target think, right? A target gonna think, oh yeah, it's the girl up the street that's watching me in my house. It's the girl up the street watching me in my house. Oh, I'm freaking out. Oh, let me respond to everything that I hear and see and do. Let me respond. Let me talk to myself in my house. You see the contradiction? Somebody watching you in your house, but you talk to yourself and let them know that. And the game still go on. Right? The game still go on because it's not them. It's not regular people doing that. These are weirdos, dweebs. To be, to use words that I haven't. It's not to be the bully that to be the bully that I haven't been ever in my life. These people are dweebs, bro. Dweebs. Dweebs, bro. Dweebs. Idiots. No one important is watching you through your TV screen. No one important has a secret camera in your house listening to every word that you say. No one important is doing that. No one attractive is doing that, bro. And if they are, bro, they're citizens on patrol. Don't ignore it. Do you? That's citizen on patrol that would never tell you that they were doing that. Never. And if you ask them, guess what? If you act like, hey, walk up to a regular person on the street, hey, you listening to me in my house? Oh, so y'all was listening to me in my house. They gonna say, what? Every time. Every time. I haven't even asked anyone personally that myself. You just know that. I've heard other people ask that type of stuff. Anybody you go to in public gonna play crazy. Why are you still playing the game? Why still play the game? Everyone you go up to in public that's supposed to be stalking you gonna act crazy. They're supposed to be organized stalking you, they're gonna play crazy. Why you still playing the game, bro? It's alphabet agencies. It's alphabet agencies, bro. And they be, it's citizens on patrol. It's alphabet agencies. Alphabet agencies. That's all it is. That's all it is, bro. That's why I'm trying to get people out of that. Like, I thought it was, I was so mad. Like, I'm like, yo, this is a cult doing this and this and that. And, bro, everybody is a cop except for targeted individuals. Not everybody. There's people that's not a part of this stuff at all. Like I said, there's people that's not a part of this stuff at all. At all. Like, they don't know about it. Majority of society don't know about it. Majority of society don't know about targeted individuals and organized stalking and being watched. Too much crime goes on. I know I say the same thing every time, but it has to be repetitive. It has to be repetitive. Just like how you can stop crime, the whole world, you can stop all these crimes. You can stop every crime in the world by being repetitive about this technology that's out here that they have to prove stuff. People only do stuff because they think that it's no consequence. They think it's no consequence, so that's why they think it's no consequence. So that's why people do stuff. They think it's no consequence, and the system doesn't want crime to stop because that's what keeps the system running. But it has to be repetitive. They don't repeat that stuff. They don't put that stuff on the street. They don't let people know that. But all these devices they got to read text messages, and people don't even think about that stuff. And why is it not out there? Why is there not a class that teaches? Why is there not a high school class that teaches crime? That teaches what police do so you don't do anything. So they don't do anything. Why is there not a class? Because it runs the country. And they got all these technologies out here to do anything they want to solve any type of crime that they want to. They have all these technologies out here, right? And they don't teach you that. Why not? It's not, if it's taught, it's not gonna try to make people do it better. They just not gonna do nothing at all. They just gonna do whatever right. And why I say, but these systems be playing with the wrong people. I've never heard anyone say that. I've never heard anyone say that. I sit alone a lot and I read. I'm a reading brother. That's what I do. I read, not read. I just listen to knowledge. I gain intelligence most of the time of my day. I've been doing it for like 7 years. I gain intelligence. That's what I do. I gain intelligence. I haven't been doing it. And the gaining intelligence, they tried to create a reason for me gaining intelligence on them. They started organized stalking me, bro. I didn't know what it was. At first, I'm thinking Freemason. Uh, Second, I'm thinking now I know that's not even possible. And then, what? 40% of 90% of Freemason lodges are full of cops, bro. They're cops. Stop responding on the street. Stop. And quit them and stop and targets that putting them stories out there talking about you done beat somebody up for doing that. Stop. Don't even put that story out there, bro. Cause you look stupid. You look dumb. Bro, I'm talking about people that, bro, I don't care what directed conversation I hear, bro. I don't care. They talking to somebody else. They talking to somebody else. Now, when these alphabet agencies try to approach you, get the twig off the tree. Whoop him. You ain't did nothing. You ain't do nothing. You ain't do nothing. You wouldn't be on here talking about no targeted individual. You wouldn't be on here. I know you ain't do nothing. I know you ain't do nothing talking about. I know you ain't do nothing talking about, oh, well, I'm being targeted. Let me make a YouTube channel. Ain't nobody, nah. If you did something, nah. I don't mean to be like that. But nah, like, I heard some targets say, I love all y'all, but I heard some targets say, even if you did something in the past. No, bruh. No, you don't get on YouTube and talk about, so yeah, I'm being harassed. I'm being stalked and followed. Shit shouldn't be happening anyway. It shouldn't be happening anyway, regardless, right? So I get what you're saying with that. Like, it shouldn't be happening anyway. But no, bro, like, I doubt it. And if so, I kind of can. I don't want to say that. That shouldn't be happening, bro. If somebody did something, they should be questioned. You feel what I'm saying? You should not be doing that to people. Like, that's not okay, bro. Like, that's a crime. So that's just what that is, bro. Somebody expose it. But it's just like people don't read. I'm gonna go into Dr. Martin Luther King possibly tomorrow or something. Um, but yeah, like, dude, they sent Dr. Alphabet Agency sent Dr. Luther King a suicide note and killed him. It don't even matter which one true or not. It don't matter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. The suicide note, and somebody else did it, or they did both of them, or what? It don't matter, bro. That's a non-violent civil rights activist. Dr. King preached non-violence, bro. They fucking, bro. Excuse me, they smoked Dr. Luther King, bro. He's a non-violent activist. This is an organization that's still running. They're doing wrong till this day, is what I'm saying. Why play with people that know that? Just stop. Some people don't even like, some people don't even, they don't, like, I mean, I don't go around whistleblowing. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of some hateful stuff going on. You know, most of y'all don't go around whistleblowing because you know what would have happened. Like, you know what happened. Like, you know that people not gonna really understand. Meaning, that's what you know. You know what happened. People not gonna understand those the whistleblowing that you do. They're not gonna understand that at all. They're not gonna understand that. You know, some of the stuff that you do, they may understand. Like people understand some of these technologies that's out here. I found the true and only one way to really hit this system back in their mouth. I found one of the only ways to hit the system back in their mouth, and I ain't heard no one say it. I haven't heard anyone say it. It was what I was just speaking on. It was what I was just speaking on. You know, putting these technologies out there to the forefront every day. Why ain't the Shade Room posting about these technologies where they reading text messages? But the you know, they'll put it on the internet. They're not. They're trying to persuade people into committing crimes. They don't even put their technology out. Like, it's not because they gonna, so somebody will try to do it, like do something perfect, like do a crime perfect. No, if they was putting this technology out here, all of this technology, people wouldn't even be trying anything. Then they try to calm people down, calm people that know this stuff down by putting this stuff on the news. Like, criminals watch the news. No, they don't. Criminals don't watch the news, but they literally want you doing crime. Judge Joe Brown said, I've seen another targeted individual post this. The system don't work unless you do what you do. They want you committing crime. So somebody's going to snatch that away from them. And I heard another target talking about this. You take what I got, I have to take what you have. And that's all they do, threats all day. Jail threats, death threats, from alphabet agencies, third-party companies. That's all they do all day. Whether they hacking you or it's people around you doing it. That they done sent around you. I like to call them the cops' gloves. Because they shoot a running black man in the back. They frame of mischief by the law. Why are you shooting a running man? Where does that make sense? No one is getting, like, why are you, no, bro, cops are not in danger unless they in that third world country that's within the United States. Some of these people, that they'll shoot it out with cops, bro. Well, cops are not in danger, bro. Cops are not in danger. Who's shooting at a cop? You rarely hear that. That's rare. And if they are, they usually, if somebody do shoot at a cop, it's because they caught in a crime. Like, they're caught actively doing a crime, and then they have to shoot at them or something. But like, bro, they shoot people in the back, bro, for running. Like, bro, they're wrong. This system, like another scripture, they frame of mischief by the law. They're wrong, bro. They're not godly. I hear another target talk about these religious fiends, bro. They're not religious, bro. I don't know if you a perp. I don't know if you a perp saying they religious, trying to, but they're not religious, bro. Cops aren't religious. No one is religious, bro. No one's religious. None of these people are religious, except for targeted individuals, bro. Even people in the church, bro. If you hear something about somebody, you just go with it. They're not religious. They're not religious. What's going on, subversive? What's going on, subversive awareness? What's going on, bro? I see you stop going live a lot, bro. But yeah, bro, just chilling this shit. But yeah, bro, like they're not religious. They're not religious. Like I see targets talk about these religious fanatics. Bro, they're not religious. And if you going through targeting and you don't accept God as your creator, if you going through targeting and you don't accept God as your creator, that's terrible. I know somebody with a disability check can get targeted just like me, bro. And they basically Satanists, non-believers. How did you not, bro? You getting tracked around every day and harassed, like the Bible say. What are you? Why are you not accepting God? And I'm off topic because I'm off topic. But it's just so crazy. It's just so insane. Like, how can you not accept God and you going through this type of stuff? Like, and the person didn't say they were a Satanist. I don't, they didn't say they were Satanists or nothing like that. They just said that, they just don't believe in God. How do you not believe in God? And you have everything that you need. Said YouTube cutting my live streams off in half when they finally uploaded, so I gave up doing lives for a while. Yeah, yeah. That stuff be I don't know. I don't know what they doing with that, but I kind of just I stopped doing that shit because I'm getting I was getting a bunch of sexual encounters, a bunch of I don't know if they sending honey pots or what, but I'm getting it going. I don't care because I'm understanding that it's not everyone that's a part of this stuff. It's not everyone. But yeah, I did see they doing that to your stuff. Like your video will say like 40 minutes and your video will say like 40 minutes and then it'll be like 30 minutes. Yeah, I did see that a little bit. But you on point. You already know what you're talking about. Real stuff. You already know what you're talking about. Like you know what you talk about. Like, but I don't know if it's good for people to slowly learn this or just completely be on the mindset that we're on. Because, bro, why respond to people, bro? Like it's like, wow, I've been so mad thinking that these people are part of a cult when this is, bro, they're what are they? Alphabet agencies, third party companies. You understand that stuff. I don't get angry anymore. The only thing is the financial deprivation. And I see you sleep in your car. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Nothing. And I seen you say you needed some like cash or something like that. I'll probably send you like a $20 or something like that. When I get paid, I'm broke as fuck right now. I'm super broke. Thank you. I'm just putting it all out there since I don't know how much time I have left. I don't know. What you mean by that, bro? Don't talk like that. But yeah, like yeah, don't talk like that. I don't know. Like I don't know what that means, but don't talk like that. But yeah, bro, just just stick through it, bro. Stick through it. That's one of the best positions to be in a vehicle and stuff like that, bro. Like, so, just stick through it. Don't worry about that, bro. Just, be cool. Okay, bet. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably send by like $20 when I get paid and stuff, bro. So, cause I can't. I gotta like, you know, I ain't got no money right now, so I'm like super broke, like right now. Bro, it's like they do this financial deprivation shit, like fuck, bro. I'm cursing and stuff, but nah, bro, like you good, bro. You good. Don't worry about them. Stick to God, bro. I only say that because that these people, yeah, bro, yeah, that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. They hell bent on your destruction, bro. I swear. Our, excuse me, our destruction. Like, yeah, bro. You read. You feel what I'm saying? And they made you read. It seemed like it, right? Nah, I don't think they made us read. I don't think they made us do that. I think it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder, do they want us to get on here? Like they want us to start talking about targeting? Do they want us to look this up? I don't know. I don't know. Like, but like I said, like they is they that's what they hell bent on your destruction, bro. I got 2 donations last week with the cold weather and really saved my ass. It sucks too. I had to spend $40 on transmission fluid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That shit is crazy, bro. It's crazy. At least you know how to fix cars and stuff. At least you know how to fix cars. That's a good thing. I would be staying in a car if I knew how to fix cars, bro. You just gotta get to the money. Get to the money, and I would stay in the car, bro. Like literally, like that stuff be lit. Like it's so fun. Like it's a car in the house. It's a car in the house. The only thing is no shower. Like, and I've done that so much. Like I stayed in cars and rental trucks, all that type of stuff so much. It'd be so fun. Like I do it for like 3 months at a time. That should be fun. It'd be fun. But yeah, bro. Like I said, they they take logistics from most targets. Say I don't think they want me talking about my targeting. Every time I try to even watch one of my videos, a car will pull up here and start banging shit around. Yeah, yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do, bro. Like, but it's just like you gotta do that. Like you gotta do that. Like, you gotta talk about your targeting. Like, you gotta talk about. I mean, you got to, but it's actually kind of difficult to continue to even talk about it because once you realize who's doing it, it's like, wow, they were disguising this to get my attention. These people are cops. I thought this was like a cult. No, bro, they're cops. I thought it was a cult. I thought it was a cult for the longest. I think until around 2022, 2023, something like that. Then I realized, like, yo, that's these. Yes, yes, I enjoy working on cars, and I am fortunate to know a trade. But this program has me stuck because of all the backstabber and disrespect. Yeah, yeah, that's how they do. That's how they do. But you gotta ignore it. Like, bro, it's like what? Like understanding who they is. You know who they are. Like you know who they are. You know who they are. I've heard you say like there's no bro, only thing you should be mad about is financial deprivation. I've heard you say it. Like I've literally heard you say it. It's the only thing you should be worried about is financial deprivation. That's it. That's the only thing you should be worried about is financial deprivation. Like that's it, because that's a problem. Like that's like what in the world are you like you can't keep like a job and stuff like that, and you know they doing everything to they even make you quit sometimes. They'll make you quit. But yeah, bro, like you understand who they are. Once you understand who they are, the targeting becomes boring. I guess that's when people say they beat they targeting. I guess it doesn't stop. No, you can't. It doesn't stop. It'll keep going. But yeah, like it don't stop. It'll keep going. But I usually don't even read these comments, bro. But I know you understand, so I cannot read that aloud, bro, because the street game, they'll set you up with that, bro. Don't even say that. Don't say that word right there. Don't say that word right there. They will set you up with that. Well, it seemed like they would set you up with that. I thought it was a street game, then you know what I'm saying? Like that, you know, try to make it seem like, oh, you know something, and then try to do something actually violent to you. So don't say that word though. But yeah, um, like I said, you gotta know who's doing this, and just know what's going on. You gotta know who's doing it, and it's just alphabet agencies, bro, and they're wrong. They've been doing this stuff forever, and it's not about any type of anything but targeting of targeted individuals, bro. They've been doing this stuff forever, bro. They've been doing this stuff forever, bro. Like forever. They've been doing this stuff forever. They're still doing wrong. Just like MLK, how they was doing him, they're still doing wrong, bro. They're still doing wrong. Like uh, there's no, they're not doing the right thing, or they're still doing wrong, bro. They're doing something wrong, bro. And that's the tracking, harassment, all of that stuff. They're doing stuff wrong, bro. They're wrong. And they're Satanists. They're wrong and they're Satanists. They're wrong and they're Satanists, bro. That's just what that is. It's documented. You know, they assassinated Dr. Martin Luther King. Sent him a suicide note less than 100 years ago, bro. It's not even 2068. And it's not just about that. You know what I'm saying? It's not, they do it to all races, bro. I understand that. But just understand they're still doing wrong. Like, where they shoot black men in the back for running, bro. Like, or any man. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? Like, for running, bro. Like, that's wild. Like, they're doing wrong. They were just planting drugs. Um, they probably still do that, but they're doing wrong, bro. They're wrong. These agencies are wrong, bro. That's just what it is. As simple as that. And I continue to get on YouTube and just continue to just post this stuff. You know, continue to post this stuff. Continue to post this knowledge and break mental chains, bro. Because I love all y'all, bro. Like all y'all. I love all y'all. So that's just what it is. Because y'all go through this, bro. That you don't do that to nobody, bro. Tracking, harassing around the country, but the Bible says that, and they frame with mischief by the law, bro. A lot of that. So many scriptures. Now people feel a lack of knowledge. Feel for a lack of knowledge, all type of stuff, bro. It's just so beautiful how you can really, like, bro, that's God wrote that. They can't even like misconstrue this stuff. You can't, like, why, like, It's beautiful, but people don't like to hear about scripture and stuff. I just be crazy, like, man, like, why you aren't connected to God? Why you a non-believer? What's wrong with you? Ain't you going to Target? Like, don't you understand? Like, that's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that stuff be crazy. I swear. But like I said, bro, like, y'all just gotta, you know, stay, stay intelligent, stay out the way, understand logistics, understand logic, bro. It's not citizens doing this, even if they dress as civilians, bro. Like, it's not. Those are cops, bro. Why do you get mad at a cop? No, I don't. I've never got mad at a cop, bro. Ever, bro. Ever. I don't get mad at cops, bro. That's a mad job. Like, I'm not like you had some anger to do that shit. I mean, to do that stuff to completely remove yourself from society, bro. You can't even retire and make me a friend of yours. That's what I'm saying. Like, so like they remove themselves from society, bro. Like, and that's a good thing. I'm glad that people have the courage to do that. I'm glad people have the courage to be like, hey, you know, I'm finna go sign up to do this. I'm glad people got the courage to do that, bro. Cause that's some wild stuff, bro. Ain't no friends in that. You can't retire, bro, and be my friend. You feel what I'm saying? At all. You cannot retire and we can be cool. No. That. Some girls ain't even finna deal with that. They not even finna deal with no cops. So I kind of feel bad for them a little bit, but it'll be all right. But you know, it's just what it is. That's just what it is. So yeah, I think it's about to be an hour. About at an hour. I went live earlier. More people joined tonight. I just had to get back on here to, you know, I'm not giving up on breaking these mental chains on some people. Like, bro, like, you walking around going crazy. Like, people thinking that too many people involved that ain't. You know, people think they family involved and they ain't. It may look like that. In some ways, yes. Sometimes it is true. But yeah, like I said, bro, anyone involved with organized stalking is a cop, bro. There's no reason to get angry. There's no reason to be angry. There's no reason to get mad. Anytime you approach a person in public, you're going to play crazy. And they probably not playing crazy. You probably got the wrong person that you think is targeting you. You feel what I'm saying? You probably got the wrong person you think targeting you. You went up to the wrong person. And even if you go up to the right person, they're gonna play crazy. They're gonna play crazy. They're gonna look at you crazy in that grocery store. Wherever you at. Wherever you grocery store, outside, public, but I've seen people getting fights, man. Y'all look crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like arguments, anything. I'm talking about anything. That's look crazy, bro. Like what? Like what else? That's a cop, bro. Like straight up, like dude, once you connect to God, bro, everything around you is a cop, and you don't treat it like that. You don't be like that. Like it's just citizens on patrol, bro. You know who they are. You know who they are. You know. But it's about to be at let's say it's about to be at like an hour. So I'm about to cut it off right here at about 1 hour exact. And I love all y'all. And that's just what that is. I'll probably be live later on or something like that. But yeah, peace.